Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You won't believe what I just did. I just spent 40 minutes talking and I forgot to hit record. I love that for me. Um, I hope you all have had a great summer. And you've been doing fun things and all that good stuff. My summer was pretty awesome. I spent most of it not working because my hand had to heal. So we did a lot of swimming and hanging out and just being busy, being busy doing fun things and bubble tea and pizza and all that good stuff. You guys probably wondering why pizza is like a big deal. So we go down to Massachusetts to this place in the Dartmouth Mall. I grew up going there. I grew up in Mass. So linguiça pizza was always a thing in my life. Moving to Rhode Island, they don't have linguiça pizza, and it's like we're right next door to Massachusetts, and it's just not a thing up here. So there's a place called Rainoni's in the I have to take a drink because I was just talking so much. There's this place Rainoni's in the Dartmouth Mall. They have the best linguiça pizza, and they're like huge slices, like huge, bigger than a face. And it's delicious. So we went pretty much almost every week. We drove down there. It's about like a 45-50 minute drive from where we live. We would get our pizza and then we drive to downtown New Bedford, which was about 15-ish minutes from the pizza place. And we would get bubble tea. Now, the reason we drive all the way down there for bubble tea, it's the best bubble tea I've ever had in my life. We've tried places up here and it just doesn't, they gross up here. The place we go to, there's a lot of like fruity teas, where up here they mostly focus on like the milky tea, and like they only have the boba. They don't have like the burst in bubble boba, I guess it's called. So we drive down there specifically for those two things. It's about a 3-hour trip altogether. And it's so worth it. So we did that quite a bit. We went to the lake, we went swimming at my friend's house. So we kept busy. We had a good time. I went back to work last week. And so mentally, I have been struggling with anxiety, more so based around. So in my role, I'm a supervisor, so I have to take escalated calls. And due to the medication that I am now on, that makes me feel everything so deeply. I can't shut down emotion when I'm being screamed at anymore. Whereas before, I could do that. I would just stare down at the table while they're screaming in my ear, because that's what 5-year-olds do when they don't get their way. So they would be screaming in my ear and I would just be focused on something, like just staring at my desk, taking in all the information and prepping for what I'm going to say. Now I know how to fix every issue, like literally anything that a customer is pissed off about. I know the steps to take to fix it. My issue is being yelled at. Because I'm on that medication now that allows me to feel happy. Well, it also allows me to feel everything, every other emotion really intensely. So I'm sorry, I have an itch on my nose. I'm not a cokehead. So I have had extreme anxiety around it because I know it's part of my role, but I have physical reactions to being yelled at now. It's verbal abuse no matter how you cut it, but part of my role, I'm supposed to be able to handle that, and I can't. I am worried that I'm going to get screamed at and I'm going to start crying on the phone, because no one likes to be yelled at. Like, obviously, no one likes it. But for me personally, it is a trigger, or it's linked with trauma for me. So I talked to my psych doctor, and I basically explained this to her. And I said, before taking the meds, I could shut down, get through the call, and then have my physical reaction to it. I've never like cried, but I've had like a lump in my throat, a shake. It's hard to type because my hands are literally shaking so bad. So I explained all this to her, and I said, I don't want to get off this med. Like, this med makes me feel really good. It's not a narcotic. It's just a pill that truly helps my brain be happy and feel emotions. Whereas before, my brother would say it was cold because there are certain things that he would have a strong emotion about, and I would just be like, yeah, whatever. It's whatever. So she was like, maybe we need to write you out of work for a while. Maybe you need to take a break, start up therapy, because I don't go to therapy right now. And take time out and work through this and see if it helps. And if it doesn't, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So she also recommended I talk to my boss about it. So I didn't go into detail with my boss. I told her, basically, I'm having these anxieties. It's worse, social anxiety, like going in stores, but more so just anxiety about certain things in my role, in dealing with customers and talking in team meetings and stuff like that. I didn't say dealing with customers because I didn't want to let on that was a thing. So she was like, whatever you need, I'm here for you, blah, blah, blah. She's like, if there's an accommodation that we can make, like, let me know. But again, if I tell her that and she's like, that's part of your role, you have to do it, then there's going to be a magnifying glass on me every time there's an escalation if I don't take it. So I don't want to be that vulnerable. I am just trying to, I told the psych doctor I need to work. Like, I need to. My son's birthday is coming up, Christmas is coming up. So that's kind of where that's at right now. It's just like extreme anxiety and being yelled at and having someone just be so disrespectful over stickers, like literally stickers and notebooks. That's what sends people over the edge in this day and age. They apparently don't have real problems, but yeah. So I've been dealing with that and kind of taking it slow and seeing how I'm feeling. I touch base with my psych doctor on the 20th again, so I'll see how things go during that time, and kind of go from there. Obviously, if I get to the point that I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna have a mental break, obviously I will take time out of work and work on myself. I do want to start therapy. But I told her, I said, therapy pissed me off. And she was like, what? Why? And I said, because you go to therapy and they start asking these questions and you start opening up and you're at a point where you're so vulnerable and you're getting it all out there, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, time's up, so we'll meet again next week, and you're left with all your insides out, and you go back, walk to the car, and you're sitting there and you're like, bro, that session just fucked me up, and now I just have to go on with the rest of my day feeling all these things that I've shoved down for a reason. And she was like, no, I get that. She's like, but it also, you can control what you talk about. And I said, well, obviously I'm going to talk about the things that I need therapy for, right? Like, I'm not going to go there and talk about the weather and like how great my weekend was. I'm not going to talk about that stuff. I need to get to the point, to the bottom of it, so I know how to handle things. And I just thought it was weird that she said that. like I'm paying these people to help me with all the madness that is in my brain that is still there, even though I take medication. I still have like irrational thoughts. I don't act on them. I don't go looking for trouble. I try very hard to let things kind of wash off, where before I couldn't. Like if you said something, it would sit with me for like a long time. And depending on the situation, I would bring it up and it would just hurt my feelings more. Or, you know, being worried that like I'm not loved. That's part of like uh borderline personality disorder, like a lot of thoughts of like people don't want me and stuff like that. So when I'm gonna go to therapy and I'm gonna talk about this hard stuff, I am hoping to get help for it, and not just someone. Like I want someone to listen, but I want them to tell me how to fix it. I'm not someone that just wants to go and like talk about my shit. There's a reason I'm going. I need help. You know, that's what people go to therapy for. And in the past, I just found it. I put everything out there, and then it was like, all right, we'll pick up next week. Yeah, well, when next week comes, I'm having anxiety knowing that I have to talk about those things again, and hope that this time I say it quicker so she can give me a resolution. You know, I don't expect them to fix me, but there are different coping skills that I could try. I bought a ring. I'm not wearing it, of course. But I bought a ring and it's like a fidget spinner. So it spins and it's black. It's super cool looking. So I bought that specifically. So like if I'm on a call with an escalated customer, I'm like fidgeting, I'm, you know, focusing on something and not so much them screaming at me. So I am trying to do the work in the best way that I know how to do, but I am not a professional. And I don't know if this can be fixed is something that I'm worried about. Because I know there's like exposure therapy, which is basically me taking an escalated call and figuring out how to work through it. And we get into our busy season, so it's like it's additional stress. It's going to be insane. We had to lay off people, so we're actually down team members. So it's going to start getting busy, and we're already low staffed because of the budget, and contacts per order and stuff like that is low. So it's going to be a very stressful few months, and I'm just trying to prepare myself for that. And what that is going to look like for me. So more to come. Let you know how that goes. I did talk to my boss and I just told her I was having extreme anxiety right now. And I just needed her to know that. And I also let her know that my doctor mentioned writing me out, but I am choosing to work right now because I want to. And I feel like I can still do the majority of my job. It's just literally that one part. That's it. So any times like I've thought about looking for a job, it was because I just cannot do escalations. Like I truly mentally cannot handle it. I can't handle that it comes out physically. And I don't know how to stop it. So, so yeah, so there's that. We go back to office next week. I'm only doing half days. So I am excited to see everyone. The kids going back to school. They seem kind of excited about it. What else happened this summer? Oh, my kid's dad had a baby. He is adorable, and my oldest son is in love with him. My younger son is kind of like meh, whatever type thing. I've had conversations with him. I tried figuring out why he was so dismissive of the baby even before the baby was here. And he just kind of said, I don't really care. Like, I just don't care. He likes kids and like little kids. I think it's because it's a baby, it's a newborn, so it doesn't do anything. It eats, shits, and sleeps. That's it. So I think for him, it's just like, yeah, whatever. But my oldest son loves holding him and helping out the best he can when he's there. He is the cutest little baby. He was 10 pounds. He was a big boy. But he is just the cutest thing, and he's starting to like smile and stuff like that. He's so cute. So that was something positive that, happened this year. Unfortunately, right after he passed away, my kid's grandfather, their dad's dad, passed away after battling for months with all different stuff going on. In the end, they found that he had 3 different types of fungi in his lungs, chest. It was spreading. And at the end, he wanted to pass at home. So they had hospice set up. And he ended up passing at home. Not long after the baby was born. So, you have this great thing of having a baby and, welcoming a new family member. And then unfortunately, like, I don't even know if it was a week or 2 weeks. Let me see. He was born the 28th. So yeah, he passed away on the 9th, I believe it was, of August. So, and the baby was born July 28th. So that was hard, for their dad, especially because he has this new baby. It's, amazing type of thing going on. And then he, at the same time, was dealing with his dad and trying to help his dad. And, at the end, he really couldn't do anything for himself. So my kid's dad was like fully taking care of him and doing everything. So it was really sad. It was like such a mixture, but, he just kept saying, I want to live until the baby is here. So he got his wish. He did get to meet the baby and that type of stuff. So yeah, a bit of an emotional roller coaster, ups, downs, all arounds. And yeah, not much else is going on right now. So I am starting a ASMR channel. I wish I could ask ASMR artists what equipment they use, because I bought this mic and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if it just fucking sucks. So I'm gonna mess with that after this video and try and get it to work. It doesn't pick up whispers, and that's the whole point of me doing ASMR. I want to do whisper, gum chewing, chatting. I have pages of different things that I want to talk about on the ASMR channel. So I am like, what the fuck? This thing sucks. But I talked to the IT guy at my work. I was like, hey, non-work related, but I got a podcast. I'm doing an ASMR channel, trying to set up this freaking mic, and I can't figure it out. So he was walking me through like different things to try. So I'm going to try them after I finish this video. But yeah, look out for that. So it's going to be Brewed Greatness ASMR, real original. And so I'm going to get working on that and hopefully figure it out so I can start recording. I know the Blue Yeti is what everyone uses. I found one that this person that I watch, she has a different type of mic, and I actually found it on Amazon, and it's not as expensive as the Blue Yeti. But I'm worried it may just be me doing something wrong. So I'm going to try and figure out that mic, and if in the end it doesn't work, I'll send it back, and I'm going to get this other one that I know works for her. So if it doesn't work for me, it means I'm just doing something wrong. Obviously I record on my laptop, MacBook, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. I don't know. I will figure it out though. That is my goal. So more to come on that. I hope you guys are all doing great. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Lots more stuff coming to you now that the kids will be back in school. I will have quiet time at home before I start my shift to record. I can probably do it like 3 times a week. So that's 3 videos every week, but we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. It was nice chatting with you, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.